When the Italian navigator Columbus sailed to America in 1492, he mistakenly thought that the place he visited was India, so he called the local aborigines Indians. Although later generations discovered Columbus's mistake, the original name has been popularized, so Indians are still called West Indians in English and other European languages. However, as humans became more and more active in the American continent, people began to think about a question: are Indians Native Americans? With this question in mind, many scholars began to study the ethnic history of Indians. In the 16th century, a missionary who entered the American continent believed that the Indians were descendants of the Hebrews after learning about the culture of the Indians. The reason is that in the 7th century BC, some Hebrews came to the Americas to escape the wars and then settled down. They are the true ancestors of the Americans. But this is just a speculation, and there is no actual evidence. In the 19th century, American anthropologist Morton and Argentine paleontologist Emigino put forward the claim that Indians originated in America. However, this theory is not convinced by people, because today, in the American continent no ape-man fossils representing human evolution have been found, and according to archaeological data, there are only monkeys but no apes in the Americas. Since they were not Hebrews or Native Americans, where did the Indians come from? Some scholars believe that Indians came from Africa, others from Europe, and others from islands in the South Pacific. For quite a long period of time, many people even believed that the Indians belonged to the Jews and were descendants of the wandering Jews. Various points of view refute each other, and there is no agreement. However, with the unremitting efforts of archaeologists and the rapid development of genetic science, it is now generally believed in the academic circles that the ancestors of Indians crossed the Bering Strait from Asia to America, and that the Mongolian race in Asia is closely related to the ancestors of Americans. Origin relationship. One end of the Bering Strait is located at the northeast end of the Asian continent, and the other end is the northwest end of America. The average width of the Bering Strait is only 65 kilometers, the narrowest point is only 35 kilometers, and there are two small islands in between. Moreover, the Bering Sea is very shallow, with an average depth of only 42 meters, and the deepest point is only 52 meters. As long as the sea level drops by more than 40 meters, it can be connected to the land. According to some studies in geology, during some periods of the Quaternary period, especially during the last ice age, the world's climate became colder and glaciers came, the sea level dropped by 130 to 160 meters, and the water depth was only tens of meters in Beringia. The strait exposed the sea, thus revealing a land bridge, connecting Northeast Asia and Northwest America, becoming a natural passage between Asia and America. In addition, at this time, the climate in northeastern Asia was very cold during the Ice Age, and glaciers were overflowing, while the American interior not only had no glaciers, but also had a mild climate and abundant food. Many animals such as mammoths, muskox, moose, and sheep lived here. At that time, hunters from northeastern Asia who lived on hunting mammoths and deer probably followed these animals across the Bering Strait land bridge to America, becoming the originator of ancient American civilization. Then, due to the melting of glaciers, the sea level rose, and the rolling waves submerged the land bridge again and cut off the connection between the two continents, making these outsiders become independent natives of the American continent. In addition, archaeologists and anthropologists believe that the ancestors of the Indians had the same physique as the Chinese, and they shared some of the same cultural characteristics with their Asian contemporaries, such as using fire, training dogs, and some special rituals. Medical method. Although this statement seems perfect, due to the lack of sufficient physical evidence, some scholars still doubt that the ancestors of Indians originated from Asia. After centuries of contention, the race of Indians is still not over. Are they native to the Americas, or migrated from Africa, Asia, or Europe? We will always pay attention to this topic. When we find the latest evidence, we will let you know as soon as possible. Welcome to follow and subscribe. See you next time.